more black child millionaires than anywhere in the country. This is not fictional. If you want to test my knowledge, look up the name Sarah Rector. Everybody got a cell phone, look up the name Sarah Rector, R-E-C-T-O-R. This girl was the richest girl in the United States in 1913. White people made her register as a white woman in the bank because they were ashamed that a little black girl, 11-year-old black girl, was the richest person in the nation. This is the stuff they're not teaching you, won't teach you. But we're going to make it happen. So, what happens after this, I'm trying to condense this as much as possible. There's so much information. Let me just do it like this. Can anybody tell me which state in the United States almost became the first all-black state in the nation? Oklahoma. First, almost became the first all-black state. Federal legislation was pushed by the founder of Langston, Oklahoma, HBCU. The late Edwin McCabe, he went to Congress and asked that they designate Oklahoma as a black state. McCabe's push for black statehood got as far as the Congressional Committee, and it was knocked down by a white anti-immigration committee. But that didn't stop anything. Black people who joined the Oklahoma Land Run helped establish dozens of black towns to create a promised land. After the massacre of 1921, my ancestors and others suffered in the most unimaginable way. But what is more unimaginable is that we rebuilt Black Wall Street to 85% in 4 years. 4 years. The city of Tulsa turned away every dime that was donated to help us reestablish our community. What that tells you is that we don't need anybody but each other to accommodate what we need. But we've broken that cycle of self-sustainability, and we've been tricked and hypnotized to think we need somebody outside of ourselves to be great.
Say that one more time.
Do I really need to?
Yes. Yeah, you do.
We've been hypnotized into thinking that we need someone else outside of ourselves to be self-sustaining. So problematic. Because what image, what lesson, what example are we leading the future generation? Around 2013, I recall a conversation I had with my adopted grandfather, Wes Young, who was a close friend of my grandparents, and Wes was a survivor of the massacre as well. And I asked him, why would anybody in their right mind come back to Greenwood after all that trauma? This man looked at me with those little glassy eyes. He's about 90+ years old. And he said, young man, what could be worse than slavery? There could be no other greater determination. When you've been at the bottom, the only place you can go is where? It's straight up. So the next time you fear your own success, I want you to think about this line from the movie Troy. There's this messenger boy who says to the fighter Achilles, that Thessalonian you're fighting, I wouldn't want to fight him. Achilles looked down at the boy and says, that's why no one will remember your name. The names of Greenwood's pioneers will never be forgotten because they made the impossible possible. Then they paid it forward. They stood up and fought against tyranny, oppression, caused by hundreds of white deputized men, the National Guard, and an entire police force, including bombing from the sky, the first bombing on American soil against its own citizens. Despite it all, they had the courage to rebuild what Booker T would coin the Negro Wall Street. They did all of that without any governmental assistance in a period of 4 years. But get this, they thrived even during the Great Depression. See, it wasn't destroyed because of greed. It was destroyed because, politically, they were about to take over the oil capital of the world.